from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
An update on back-to-school plans, some good news on the economic front in Henrico, and another famed Richmond race is coming to Henrico County. We'll have details about those stories and more in today's Henrico News Minute for Friday, August 14th, 2020. It's brought to you today by the Lakeside Farmers Market.
And now for the news.
The Henrico County School Board voted yesterday to extend Superintendent Amy Cashwell's contract through June 30th of 2024. That's a 2-year extension on her current deal. The board also approved several changes to its Code of Student Conduct. The first added sunglasses to the list of items students may not wear indoors. Students also may not wear clothing that is see-through, that reveals the midriff while standing or sitting, or resembles undergarments. The change there was adding the terminology while sitting or standing. The entire Code of Conduct and dress code will apply virtually as it does in school, according to Cashwell. Another change inserted the term social media post into a code section that reads, any communication, activity, or social media post committed outside of the school setting that interrupts or interferes with the school day is also prohibited. Another change indicates that the use of oral, written, or electronic language, gestures, objects, or images that are racially and or ethnically offensive is strictly prohibited. Also during the meeting, School Health Supervisor Robin Gilbert indicated that her department has put together a work group from which the division leadership team expects to bring recommendations to the school board at its August 27th meeting about specific metrics that would prompt the school system to move from virtual learning to a hybrid plan or to a 5-day in-person plan. The board also heard about the 2020-21 learning plan from school officials. It indicates that English learners in level 1, that's non-English speaking students, will be invited to attend in-person instruction during the first quarter, according to Director of Teaching, Learning, and Innovation Michael DeSalt. The school system will use a zoned approach so that students will be in their home district but might not be at their home school. IEP teams will determine if in-person support is appropriate for students and necessary for progress on an individual basis, according to Assistant Director of Exceptional Education Katie Smith, who said that in-person support will not look the same for all students. Case managers will review student IEPs and monitor implementation regardless of setting. Small groups for pre-K through 3rd grade students will have 5 or fewer students. In-person instruction will focus on relationships, routines, and key reading and math skills. All students in pre-K and kindergarten will be offered in-person learning opportunities. For those in 1st through 3rd grade, first consideration will be given to students who are performing below grade level, according to Scott Thorpe, the Director for Elementary Education for the school system. Some career and technical education specialty programs will have the option of limited face-to-face instruction beginning October 5th. That's according to Director of Workforce and Career Development Mac Baton. Cashwell said that families of students who may be able to return for limited in-person instruction should expect communication about returning from their schools, not from central office. She said the idea would be by the 2nd or 3rd week of school and then through October to begin gradually bringing in groups of students. You can read much more from yesterday's school board meeting later today on henricocitizen.com. Another famed Richmond running event is moving to Henrico County, at least temporarily. The 2020 Richmond Marathon, which was originally scheduled for November 14th, won't be held as a traditional single-day event because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but instead it will offer runners the chance to race on the new official course, which starts and ends at Dory Park in Verina during a 2-week window, November 7th through 22nd. A virtual option also remains in place for those who want to take part on a route of their choosing. Registration is available at richmondmarathon.org. The announcement about the change came from event organizers Sports Backers just 2 days after they had announced that the UCROP's Monument Avenue 10K also would shift to 4 separate courses, including Dory and Deep Run Parks in Henrico during a 3-day window in September. The official marathon course also will feature distances for the Richmond Half Marathon and Allianz Partners 8K, which were set to take place in conjunction with the marathon November 14th. The official measured and marked courses will include a shared start and finish line at Dorey Park and then continue along the Virginia Capitol Trail. The courses will feature mile markers, bottle refill stations, and restroom facilities. The exact routes can be found on richmondmarathon.org. The courses will be open from 5 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. each day from November 7th to 22nd, and the event will use the RaceJoy app to track participant times and compile a race leaderboard. Each of the 3 distances will have a registration capacity of 3,000 participants. For details, visit henricocitizen.com to read more. Henrico County ended yesterday just one confirmed case away from the 4,000 case count of COVID-19 cases in Henrico. 31 new cases were reported, as well as 3 hospitalizations and 1 death of a person in their 70s. The county's 7-day positivity percentage remained at 7.6% as of August 9th. That ended a 5-day streak of increase. The county also recorded nearly 870 PCR tests during the past day. That's the highest number of test results recorded in a single day in about a week. Some good news on the economic front as Henrico County's first-time unemployment claims fell to a level not seen since prior to the pandemic, according to information released yesterday by the Virginia Employment Commission. During the most recent filing week, which ended August 8th, only 379 residents of the county filed initial unemployment claims. That was down 43% from the 666 who had filed just a week earlier, and the lowest since only 79 filed the first week prior to the pandemic. Statewide, the number of first-time claims was down 44%. The number of people who filed continuing unemployment claims in Henrico also dropped dramatically by just about 25%, down to 10,381 during the most recent week. It's the lowest that number has been since the week ending April 11th and indicates that many people who have filed during the pandemic for unemployment have returned to work. On HenricoCitizen.com today, you can check out our Restaurant Watch. It's our weekly look at how local Henrico restaurants have fared during their most recent Virginia Department of Health inspections. Click on Dining and then Restaurant Watch to read it. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by the Lakeside Farmers Market at 6110 Lakeside Avenue. Be sure to check them out tomorrow from 9 a.m. to noon and Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. under their covered pavilion. For details, you can visit Facebook.com/Lakeside Market RVA.